I was telling my daughter I made another video for scones and she said, "Mum, not another scone video," but I had to share this one with you. A few months back, a lovely lady shared with me her mum's cookbook, which is 140 years old, and in it were some recipes for scones, so I started making them. They are so light, they weigh less than 50 grams per scone and they taste delicious. It turns out back in the day, scones weren't meant to be huge like they are these days, and they got their rise by sifting the flour and following some very specific rules. I'm excited to share this recipe with you, and this is how it goes. The first rule is you need a hot tray. So place your tray in the oven and preheat your oven to 220 degrees Celsius, conventional oven, no fan. The recipe calls for 1 cup of milk, soured with a half a teaspoon of bicarb soda. Stir a little and set aside. You could also substitute 1 cup of buttermilk instead. You'll need 1 well-beaten egg and measure 2 cups of self-raising flour and 1 teaspoon of baking powder into a sifter over a bowl, and the next rule, always sift twice. I've heard back in the days when ladies were entering scone competitions at shows, some used to sift up to 10 times in order to get the biggest rise from their scones. Into a bowl, place 1 tablespoon of soft butter and 1 teaspoon of sugar, and try to cream this small amount of mixture until creamy. When I do this, I just imagine trying to dissolve the sugar in the butter. Then while stirring, slowly pour in the beaten egg, reserving just a little to brush over the scones before they go into the oven. Still stirring, add the soured milk gradually, and again reserving just a tablespoon of the milk to mix with the reserved egg to brush over the top of the scones. Add the twice sifted flour and baking powder to the egg and milk mixture, and mix lightly with a knife into a rather soft dough. Using a knife ensures that you don't overmix and the dough stays nice and light. Turn out the mixture onto a floured surface and knead for about 1 minute, no more, then press out to a 1/2 inch thickness with a floured hand. Cut with a sharp scone cutter and just use an up and down motion, no twisting. Take the hot tray out of the oven and either line with baking paper or a light dusting of flour, and place your scones on the tray, slightly touching each other. Brush with the reserved egg and milk mixture and then immediately place in the oven. The scones must always be placed in the oven immediately after they are finished. Cook in the preheated hot oven for between 10 to 15 minutes. When ready, turn out onto a clean tea towel, cover until the scones are cold, that is if you can wait that long. Serve with jam and cream or butter or whatever you like on scones. This recipe also works with gluten-free self-raising flour, maybe slightly flatter, but still very delicious. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoy this recipe, and if you try it, I would really appreciate it if you let me know in the comments. It makes it all worthwhile. Happy cooking!